from the time I joined or teamed up with WYCOTAX. I had a lot of stress on me, running the store, taking care of finances, marketing and whatnot, and bookkeeping, and was one thing that was really, I mean, it was taking most of my time. And from the time I joined WYCOTAX, that was just like such a relief on my end that I don't have to worry about those things. And also, like, not just taking care of bookkeeping, I would say that with Chris and his team, I got such a good support. Like, any question regarding his business related, regarding its, helping any kind of assistance we need in terms of business, WYCOTAX is always there. And I mean, I'm really, really grateful of Chris and his entire team for supporting us from the time we joined them. And it's been a great help.
The more that we help you grow, everybody will grow.
Absolutely.
And main advocacy is putting you in the front line because your success is our business.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us today in this week's webinar. Some very important topics we're going to be talking about. How you can go ahead and have some funds that have been loaned to you and keep them, not have to be repaid. That is the main goal, for some of these funds to stay in a company's account so it can be used for the company's operations, the business, to go ahead and be able to maintain its doors open and facilitate, help out in any way as possible to keep operations going. The topic of today is going to be about the CARES Act grant, the PPP loan. On that one, WYCOTAX has been able to assist its clients, have been able to get these PPP funds, and these PPP funds have also been able to, for the client to be kept, not have to be repaid. Since ever the PPP loans have been given to any business around the whole US, billions of dollars have already been dispersed. They have been accepted, approved, and have been given to these small businesses. And that's just one of the ways where the federal government has approved these funds to go ahead and help out businesses everywhere that have been affected over this past 2020, the pandemic that we are all experiencing. So that's the topic of this week's webinar. If by any chance you have missed any webinar on the previous weeks, you can always check out our YouTube channel, and there you're going to find all of the webinars for every single week from the very first up until this last one are going to be there available for you to watch the first time or several times. Now, this material has been prepared for informational purposes only. It is not intended to provide and should not be relied on for tax, legal, or accounting advice. Examples and other materials in this webinar are only for illustrative purpose and should not be relied upon for technical answers. WYCOTAX is an outsourced tax, payroll, and bookkeeping company. WYCOTAX is not associated with any institutions in this presentation, and it's a private business providing resources for small businesses. The webinar of today is going to be of approximately 30 minutes. If you have any questions on this webinar, we will answer them. All you have to do is type them down here in the comments, and we are going to contact you as soon as this webinar is over. If you have any questions, always let us know, and we're gonna go ahead and contact you so we can see how we can help you and your business out. Also, there is always a free PDF of this presentation, always in the website, wycotax.com. And of course, our easy to remember phone number, you can always call or text us there so we can go ahead and have a form of contact for you and your business. Now, the PPP forgiveness applications, that is one of the main topics on this last months of this year, because the time frame has already been reached. All the time for these applications has already come. If you have received some of these funds, very happy for your business. Now let's go ahead and have these loans forgiven and you to keep these funds. Now, Miss Gloria, subject matter. She is a sole proprietor of her business. She owns a restaurant and has been able to keep it open for the past 10 years. Now, she has applied for the PPP loan via WYCOTAX, she has been able to get these funds. Now, how can she apply for the PPP loan forgiveness? This forgiveness, very important to fill out correctly so you can go ahead and have this loan forgiven. The number one, the very first step is, of course, to contact the lender and to complete the correct form. There are several forms that have to be looked at, and the correct form has to be filled out for your business. The lender can actually provide you the correct SBA form. There's a 3508, 3508EZ, and a 3508S. Those are three different forms, and the correct one has to be filled out for your business. Every business is different. The 3508EZ and the 3508S are the shortened versions of this loan forgiveness application. They're actually the most common ones to be filled out for small businesses, and your lender can actually provide you with guidance on how to submit this application, or WYCOTAX can help you out and guidance how to fill out this application. The difference between these two, even though they are the most common, is actually depending on the PPP loan that was received from your business. That's the one that is going to be the deciding factor on which form of these to fill out. The 3508S form is filled out if your business did receive less than $50,000. The 3508EZ is the opposite. Now, if your business did receive a loan of more than $50,000, that is a form that's going to be filled out. Now, step number two is go ahead and gather all of your documents. Remember, these are very important. Payroll documents, all the payroll reports. This one is going to be the expense. The payroll expense is going to be the one that is going to, in the end, qualify you to be forgiven or not to be forgiven. Payroll expense, always have the payroll reports, either weekly, bi-weekly, or the most important one and the easiest one to always have is the quarterly report, the 941 report. Always have that ready because it's going to be necessary to be submitted with this loan forgiveness application so your loan can be forgiven. Payroll reports, 941s, always keep that one in mind. Also, the other non-payroll expenses, the other non-payroll reports, other operating expenses like it is rent, utilities, anything that is needed for your business, for your company's operations. Always have those reports also on file because they're also going to be needed. Any bank statements, any receipts, invoices, always have that ready. It is very important and is going to make this process a whole lot easier if you have been able to keep track since the very beginning, since the very first PPP loan application was submitted. If you have kept track of all of these invoices, reports, expenses, it's going to be easy. Now, if you have not been keeping track of these expenses, maybe you haven't had time to properly file all of these expenses that are going to be needed for this forgiveness application, I recommend you to get started today, not tomorrow, but today, so you can go ahead and facilitate, make this whole process of the forgiveness a heck of a lot easier if you have these reports already ready. Payroll and other operating reports are going to be necessary when you submit this forgiveness application. Number three, submit the forgiveness form and documents that are going to prove that you use these PPP funds for your business. Complete the loan forgiveness application and submit it to your lender with the required supporting documents, and also follow up with the lender on the process of submitting these, just to make sure that everything is submitted correctly. So you everything actually reaches the lender. So all of these reports can be handed off to the SBA so the application for the forgiveness can be complete. There are a lot of lenders that have actually created its own portal on the website. So if you have, for example, gotten these funds from your personal bank account or your business bank account, always contact them, because there is a chance that that bank itself, the lender, has actually created a portal on their website so you can submit these documents, submit this forgiveness application, and it'll just be a lot easier, and it's going to be save time for your business if you know how to submit these documents. If you have not, if the lender, for example, does not have these portals, these ways of submitting the documents online, you can always, like I said, fill out the 3508S, 3508EZ, and that form is going to be submitted alongside with the reports, payroll reports, other expense reports. Those have to be attached and submitted to your lender. If you have any questions on that, contact your lender, contact WYCOTAX. We can help you and your business out on submitting these applications. Now, the fourth one, also very important, as important as any of the first three, is to continue communication with the lender throughout the whole process. From communicate with your lender when you're filling out the correct form, when you're actually submitting the form, and through the whole process until your form is already accepted and your loan amounts have been forgiven. Have communication with your lender up until that point, up until they say, okay, your loan has been forgiven, you are good to go. Why? Because if there is a chance that maybe the lender is going to need some additional documents, so don't lose track, don't lose the communication with your lender, because if by any chance they need any additional forms and there is no communication, there actually is a time frame from when the SBA receives this application. They have a time frame to decide to forgive your loan or not to forgive your loan. So it is very important. If you don't communicate with them and you lose track and they ask for some reports and they're not given, they can actually decide not to forgive your loan because they don't have the necessary reports on file to be able to forgive your loan. So it is very important to always have communication with your lender from the time that you're filling out the reports up until they say that your loan has actually been forgiven. If you have any questions, if you need some assistance, because this application does have to be submitted in a certain way, it has to be submitted correctly. No line can be missing, no information can be missing on these forgiveness applications. I encourage you to contact us, WYCOTAX, so we can assist you to fill out all these applications so we can have your loan forgiven as soon as possible. These are the 5 benefits of having this bundle. You have a peace of mind. WYCOTAX has the experience and has been able to fill out all of these reports for its clients, and we have been able to get the forgiveness amount for every one of our clients. So if you have any questions, if you think this is some tasks that can be handled probably better by a professional, somebody that has experience, I encourage you to contact us. We would like to help you out and your business to get these loans forgiven. Also save yourself some headaches, some time, and some money. Of course, very important, save time and money for your business so you can go ahead and focus on it and continue its operations, expand its operations, and that will be better for you and your business. Always, WYCOTAX is always going to be worry-free, open year-round, competent, and on time on submitting these applications. Remember, time is money. If you run out of time, if not all of the reports are submitted, money is always at risk. It's always on the line. WYCOTAX has been able to serve its own community in the local areas, and therefore we have also been awarded the Minority Business of the Year from the SBA, and also are a certified acceptance agent by the IRS, so we can facilitate all of the documentation that needs to be submitted to the SBA, to the IRS, so it is better for our clients. And always, everything that WYCOTAX has been able to do, it has always been able to do this to go ahead and facilitate every single process for its clients. WYCOTAX is an all-in-one tax, payroll, and bookkeeping service solution located in South Texas, but has been able to give its service everywhere in Texas, everywhere in the US, in an online service. Now, combined 20 years of combined experience. Also, always remember, if you have any questions, I always recommend you to visit our public Facebook page. There you are going to be able to see all of the comments, any recommendations from our clients that have chosen WYCOTAX and have been given all of these financial assistance during this current pandemic of 2020. Also remember, there's a 20% off income tax filing of 2020. Next year's tax filing, you can go ahead and have a discount on it, 20%. Just contact us so we can let you know how it is that you can get these discounts. WYCOTAX would like to assist you to have your year-end bookkeeping to be ready and also be able to plan 2021, how your business can improve its operations, how we can go ahead and benefit you and your business in that matter, any matter that you may like, that you need for your business. Thank you for being this week's webinar. Hope to see you all next week, and I hope that everyone has a blessed day and blessed rest of the week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.